hello my fellow sentient beings, and I have very funny news. So, yeah, if you all remember, I did a Morgs video, and, of course, nothing special. There's been plenty of Morgs videos, of course. But, there was something different about this video, and I usually don't do sequels on these reviews. I usually just touch it and then I'm done. Except for the IDP situation. I'm not sure if that's even been proven or not. But anyways, might when the truth comes out. But anyways, this is the first sequel for one of these things. I've made videos on Cernando. I've made videos on what's-his-face. The dude that says, back with another day, another banger. I can't even remember that dude's name. Let's take a look. I can't remember his name. That might give you an idea on just how forgettable that dude is. I'm still looking. Jeez. It's taken a while to scroll. NNA Productions. Sorry, it took me like a solid minute to find him there. His name's NNA Productions. I never did a sequel on him. But I'm doing a sequel on Morgs today. Because I know it was probably a coincidence, but I made a video on Morgs, and about 3 days later, after my video, he made a video saying he is leaving YouTube. But I found it a coincidence, and I even left a pouty comment about how I thought it was a coincidence on that video. But I knew deep inside he was probably going to disappear for like a month and then come back. Unfortunately, I was highly mistaken, but right at the same time. He did come back. That's the part I was right about. Only it didn't take him a month. It took him 2 weeks to be back. He was gone for 2 weeks. That's all I'm going to say for that. 2 weeks is you leaving YouTube. I mean, I should have known. I mean, technically, in a manner of speaking, I did know that he would be back very quickly. Because, yeah, I'm sure he was dropping rent. But regardless, he made another video. And it's called, like, The New Morgs. And in that video, he talks about how fake did he get and the time how he almost died. Which, by the way, was a soccer incident. And I can safely say that, if you really consider an incident in soccer a time where you almost died, let me just tell you, buddy, I almost died to COVID. I had COVID, but I lived. Almost fell off a mountain. I lived. And, multiple other things that don't spring to mind immediately. But, anyways, that's not the point. The point is, why is he back? Who knows? I'm not Morgs. But anyways, he also started talking about the Mr. Beast beef, which I didn't bother reading through that cancer. But seeing how it's a new Morgs, we might as well listen together as an audience. So let's hear him talk about the Mr. Beast beef. I mean, he pulled up the thing of PewDiePie roasting him. I mean, he takes pretty much all offense to anything that's said about him. But let's take a listen about... Nope.
Yo guys, it's Morgs, and today...
Mr. Beast.
So Morgan, there's one more thing I think we need to settle before we move on. And that is the Mr. Beast beef.
You know what? I will hold my hands up and say yes. I have taken ideas before. I mean, pretty sure you guys already know that. But in my defense, it's YouTube.
Jesus Christ, you have zero responsibility for your actions, dude. I'm surprised he didn't copyright strike them. You're lucky, because when you say it's YouTube for your defense, yeah, clearly he's never heard of copyright. Even my poor videos have been copyright struck before. I mean, Christ, I did one thing. I think it was one of my plushie videos, and then it was accused of being like the Legend of Johnny Albert, and then it was copyright struck. Cool. Clearly this dude doesn't know how the copyright system works, because literally zero of his videos have been copyright struck, just despite how many of them have been completely copyright and against the rules. But yeah, he also has zero responsibility in this new Morgs phase. So let's continue.
At some point has taken an idea of another creator. It is extremely hard to find an original idea. It may have not been done yet on YouTube. Someone on TV has probably already done it as well. So it's very tough. If I did a same idea as Mr. Beast or something, for example, a lot of the time my video would be completely different. It happens to everybody. I've had so many of my ideas taken. I've had my thumbnails taken, and I think every YouTuber has been in a point where they've done an idea and someone else has done it first. It's just what happens. Yeah, honestly,
Sure. You can see that somebody's done it before, but there is a big difference between just doing someone else's idea. Their idea, that's different than completely copying their thumbnail and just pretty much photoshopping your face on it. That's pretty much how Mr. Beast works. Just, he makes a video and Morgs would just pretty much face shop. That's what I'm gonna call it. Face shop. Photoshop, face shop, don't matter. But, it's kinda hard to defend yourself, man, when you keep on spitting BS.
I have nothing but respect for Mr. Beast. His videos are great, the numbers he's got and the videos he's made.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Because, yeah. This dude's made a video before of giving out to random streamers. I mean, he has done it legitimately in the past, but that was once or twice out of the 20 times he's done it, and it was just his friend's stream, which, yeah, very funny. He does fake giveaways. Oh, how much do you guys want to bet 75% of his channel is just a bunch of 8-year-olds that completely just want to get the giveaway? And that's the only reason that he has so many subs, is the fake giveaways. I'll bet my life on it.
Crazy, you gotta respect that, I definitely did do a lot of similar ideas to him. However, my point at the time was the ideas that he called me out for taking off him, he wasn't necessarily the first person to actually do them, he was just the biggest. There's lots of examples where recently Mr. Beast has done a video that I did before him, but I'm not the first one to do it. So it's not like he's copied me. So it's not always, as simple as it looks on YouTube, just because so many ideas have been done by so many different people in slightly different ways.
And that's all he had to say. And then he once again tried to role reverse, saying, "Oh, but he did it too. He did it too." Jesus. This guy has absolutely zero responsibility for his actions. I mean, trust me, I've always kind of hated Morgs on a certain level, but never completely out of disrespect, because it's hey, the more controversy brings in more the views. But when you try to defend yourself and then start he said, she said stuff, and pointing fingers about how they did this too, it's pretty much just it's pretty much if a murderer were to have killed someone and then to chase after that murderer so that they could stay on them, a witness had to steal a car to stay on them. And then that murderer ran over like 8 people. And then the police show up. I don't think they're going to exactly arrest the person who stole the car. They might. But he would certainly, if he were to return it, possibly. But, yeah, that murderer is going to get arrested. That's just how life works. I mean, who am I to say how life works, though? Because clearly Morgs is smarter than me. Clearly. He must have went to school, right? He must have graduated, right? Nope. This dude dropped out of school. Which I didn't know for a while. But, yeah, I don't exactly stalk him. I mean, his mom, maybe. Anyways, his old mom, Jesus, she wears ponytails like Mickey Mouse, thinking it's cute. I don't know what she's trying to do, if it's just a hairstyle to make her look younger. I mean, who am I to criticize on fashion? I'm hideous. But of course, we are also here to mourn the possible permanent loss of a great YouTuber and one of the inspirations for this whole series that I've been doing. And that legendary YouTuber is known as Diesel Patches. Which, yeah, his video at the end was very nice of him sailing off with Morgs and Morgs' mom about how they're leaving YouTube. Yeah, he might have to remove that part because, yeah, Morgs is back already. Diesel Patches took a break for about a month, and Morgs took a break for about 2 weeks. So yeah. He did say that he's going to do more on Weasel Batches, but more of a hobby. And he's just burnt out on it. Which I gotta say, sometimes I've gotten burnt out on it too. Which is why sometimes my upload schedule is just absolute garbage. Like, I won't post for like a month sometimes and not say anything about it. It's just because sometimes I get burnt out on it, but then I get brought back to it. But whenever something like this happens, something this big, when Morgs is gone for 2 weeks after saying he's leaving YouTube and then immediately coming back, yeah, it tends to raise a lot of eyebrows. And then, I don't know if it's just me, but this quote-unquote new Morgs, he doesn't seem like the happy soul. He seems so depressed. That's what he wants you to think. At least that's what it seems. But I watched a little bit of the video, and all I can say is that this quote-unquote new Morgs is he's a selfish prick. Very selfish and a prick, yeah. That's my 2 brain cells just merged to say that very poor insult. Anyways, shall we continue on cancer? Ooh.
So the second the camera started recording is when the thing collapsed. Me swearing, once, but it literally just driven forward, like flinging onto the floor, and you just hear the sound of my ice crushing down. It landed on my foot, and then
So, baby boy got a bruise and says he almost died. That's funny.
something that exists in like modern YouTube.
Oh, how YouTube broke me.
I was just like, yeah, we gotta do it now. Grind. It's gotta get a video out of it, yeah. To like exist in like modern YouTube, you've always gotta be thinking about the stuff that maybe you never really used to as much. Like, I remember at the end of the video, I wouldn't thank people for watching or anything. I just thought of it like, if I'm thanking people for watching, doing a nice little speech to my fans, the people that aren't a
Oh my god, it's so hard to respect you, dude. I'm trying so hard to at least shed a little bit of respect for Morgs right here. For, like, coming out and saying about all the stuff he's been accused of and actually, like, talking about it. But it's so hard to give him respect when he's such a prick. But let's continue again.
About that. A lot of my videos, anybody could like watch and laugh at, and they were just very easy to digest. There wasn't much like chatting to the camera. There wasn't much interacting with the audience. A lot of it was just 24 hours in the ice house. Hopefully the ice doesn't collapse and kill me.
You know, that's also very. Hear me out on this. This is also very ironic, because he never did an Ice House video like Mr. Beast did, because Mr. Beast actually made an Ice House video of him staying in a house of ice. But let's take a look. I don't think he made one. Mr. Beast made one, but he didn't. So yeah, he did not make a video about an ice house. But Mr. Beast did. Mr. Beast definitely made an ice house video. Like, I'll show you. That's his video of him being in an ice house. And Morgs didn't get to do a video on that, and so of course, he just talks about the ice house video. That's very clever.
It dragged you over time because, you know, they ended up with your videos just not being very personal. And, you know, you kind of sacrifice that personal connection with your audience. It does wear on your mind, thinking about, you know, like, what's going to make the video pop.
Yeah, sorry, my arms are so unsteady. I got out of gym class today. Oh yeah, there's actually a section about him dropping out of school. How fake did I get?
Feel a sense of separation between, you know, walking with your friends and walking on camera.
As the character grew and grew and grew, the separation grew as well. I remember it felt like pretty much two different people at that point. We never actually scripted a single video in terms of a full script. All I would really do when preparing for a video is pretty much write down what I would do call segments. So then during those actual parts, I would always try and keep it quite natural. What did happen as I progressed was I would take more and more takes. I would end up taking 10 takes just to say the same thing. And, yeah, it got pretty embarrassing. Yo, guys, it's